Yes, 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 Kenyans. Tamu sana. I say, tamu sana. Yes, tamu sana. About 2 days ago in this channel, I did a video where I stated clearly that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is a good student of Robert Greene, the author of the 48 Laws of Power. Uhuru has studied the 48 Laws of Power and he applies the second and the third laws to the letter. Specifically, the third law. Always conceal your intention. Uhuru applies that to the letter. And studying Uhuru's political maneuvers of late, one can mistakenly see Uhuru as a Machiavellian. One can mistakenly see Uhuru as somebody who believes in the works of Niccolo Machiavelli, who believes that politics has to be dirty always, who believes that there should be some elements of deceit in politics. Studying Uhuru's kind of politics of late, you can easily mistake him for a Machiavellian. Yes. That aside, let's now get on to the deep states. Uhuru thwarting the deep state plot. Yes, guys, if you bumped on this video for the very first time, tap on the subscription button, but don't forget to give this video a like. Uhuru thwarts the deep state's plan. Sometimes back after the handshake, folks, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta made it very clear to the whole nation that some people were not happy with his handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga. And I strongly believe that looking at what is happening today in government, or rather in the handshake, these people Uhuru was referring to are the same ones who might be causing a lot of disharmony in the handshake, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we all remember that there was a time Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru was actively involved in some campaigns. He was following Raila everywhere Raila went to. During that period, an impeachment motion was moved against her. And it was widely believed that the person who sponsored the MCAs to move that motion against Anne Waiguru was none other than Karanja Kibichu. That's a given fact and is not debatable. It was widely believed that it was Karanja Kibichu who sponsored an impeachment motion against Anne Waiguru. During that time, ladies and gentlemen, the problem with Kenyans is that they forget things so fast. During that time, Orengo stood in the Senate, the same Orengo stood in the Senate and made it clear that Waiguru's impeachment was politically motivated by some people in government. That was Orengo speaking. Yes, then Orengo, I think, some few weeks ago, dropped another bombshell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's leave that aside. David Murade has for a very long time stated that what he knows is that the president will not leave power to a thief. Very many people dismissed him, but then recently, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta came out and repeated the same words, that he will not leave power to a thief. This shows, or rather, from that kind of coincidence, you can just see that Murade and Uhuru might be reading from the same script. Then Murade again came out just about some few months and told us it's a Mandela moment. That is David Murathe. Then immediately Orengo dropped the bombshell, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately Orengo dropped the bombshell. We were meant to believe that there was a meeting to be held at Kamkunji. And then immediately we were also told, and that's also a fact, President Uhuru called Raila and advised Raila not to attend that meeting, and also advised him that his top politicians should also not attend that meeting. Raila never attended, and some of his closest allies, the likes of Junet and Orengo, also never attended the Kamkunji meeting. Immediately Orengo dropped that bombshell when he was at Rarieda. The following, about a few days later, Kitui Senator Enoch Wambua came out guns blazing and stated that Raila was free to leave the handshake and they will take over from there. Yes. But now looking at it clearly, immediately said that nobody talked about it again. It just died. It just died down that way. Then, days later, after Enoch Wambua had made that statement, Sabina Chege, in a function in Hamuranga County, made it very clear that the handshake is only for two people, Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta. The rest are just others. That's what Sabina Chege said in Murang'a. So it means, looking at all these incidents, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that the deep state is disjointed. The deep state is divided. There is a section of the deep state that is pushing a different interest from another section of the deep state. Because as I talk now from reliable sources, ladies and gentlemen, there are some elements in the deep state who believe that Gideon Moi is the right candidate. Some believe it's Raila Amolo Odinga. Some believe it is Mudavadi. The deep state is divided among these three top politicians. One wing led by Murathe Commander and other deep state inside believes it's Raila. And they are pushing that very hardly. Some, the likes of Karanja Kibichus, Joseph Kinyua, they believe otherwise. So, when Karanja Kibichu took over the running of BBI Secretariat, they were trying to make Raila Amolo Odinga and his cabals rebel against the government so that they can achieve their political agenda. And I agree with Professor Herman Manyora today when he says that the ODM people should relax. They should not be too much excited. They should not see everything as being tied to 2022. Government is a big entity and people can have varied opinions. But that does not mean that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is betraying Raila Amolo Odinga. That's what the professor said today. And if you think he was being interviewed in some station, and he explained it very well. So let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta thwarted the deep state's plan to drive Raila out of the handshake. And I can tell you authoritatively that immediately after the call that Uhuru made to Raila, you can see the country is quiet. That thing has died down. The people today are crying loudest. In fact, the people who are crying loudest today are just Tanga bloggers. Those are the ones who are still crying loudest that the handshake is dying. And then the masses on the ground, they do not understand the way politics is being played. Let me tell you that the professor has also made a very good statement. The professor has said that Uhuru Kenyatta is not that naive. Uhuru knows very well that he cannot play both Raila and Ruto at the same time. Raila thrives in crisis. And should you throw one against him, then the real Raila will come out. Raila loves crisis, and he always thrives through crisis. And today in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the harsh economic times Kenyans are facing, the people are just patient because of the goodwill Raila and Uhuru have. They are just patient because of the goodwill of Raila. But should if Raila were to rebel against this government, or Raila was to pull out of the handshake, then there can be a very big rebellion in this country. Because first, people's pockets are hurting. Others, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave it there. If you've bumped on this video for the very first time, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you tap on the subscription button and on the notification bell. Otherwise, God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.